Hi everyone, my name is Jacob Kaler and this is my rebuttal to Jayson Tuttle. Open by saying that Jayson makes a lot of good points and I feel like his debate was pretty well put together. I'm going to summarize a lot of what he said here. He said that there are a variety of reasons why China will not want to invade Taiwan. One, it will cost China a lot to invade Taiwan. Two, if Russia failed to invade Ukraine successfully, then why would China think that it can invade Taiwan? And we know that China is almost certainly very closely watching Russia and its invasion into Ukraine and taking all sorts of notes. So if that's not going well, then that makes China less likely to want to invade. Thirdly, he argues that the United States will defend Taiwan, and China cannot beat Taiwan with the US on its side. And additionally, it would cost them a massive amount to fight the United States specifically because China's success is built off of the United States buying their product, and they're incredibly closely connected trade-wise, and so it would cost them both probably an economic recession if they went to war with each other. He also said that amphibious landings are incredibly difficult, and that China has no modern military experience since Vietnam, really, which was in the 70s. Um, and here's why I think he's wrong. Uh, Jason makes a lot of really good points, and I think he covers the main reasons why China should not invade Taiwan well. However, I think that we shouldn't just be asking the question, why shouldn't China invade Taiwan, but why they would want to invade at all. Because if you want something bad enough, you're willing to accept a whole bunch of pain to get it. And I think that there is enough reason that China will invade Taiwan even though it knows how much it will cost. First, China has staked much of its national identity on its territorial claim to Taiwan. It's a major part of their national story that Taiwan is really a part of China, and that one day China is going to take Taiwan back. Additionally, Chinese nationalism has grown exponentially in the last several years with the rise of things like World War II diplomacy. And finally, China is going to face a huge crisis in the coming decades as demographic and cultural pressures build to a point that could topple states. And I go over a lot of this in more detail in my debate. So I think that China may use its invasion of Taiwan as a way to try to control its nationalistic population and to direct their frustration at the crisis of the demographic crisis that they're going to face and the cultural crisis that they're going to face. And finally, I want to close with this. There's a famous quote that goes something like, "Everyone loses in a war, even the victor, because wars cost so much." And that's true of any war, even really one-sided ones. And we know this throughout history that even though people know that war will cost them, and that though the invasion is probably not worth the cost economically or culturally, they still do it. And we see that throughout history again and again. World War I, from an economic standpoint, was a terrible, terrible choice, but the entire world still ended up going into World War I. And so I think that we should look to the past as a way to figure out what's going to happen in the present and in the future. And the past is saying, yes, war is bad, not just morally, but it's bad for everyone involved. And China knows this, but it's likely that they're still going to do a war anyways. Thank you.